Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Friday and I'm about to start my walk at the park behind me, but I wanted to first record another Food for Faith. I've been traveling the last couple of weeks. I'm way behind on videos and content and answering questions and emails and lab reviews and all of that stuff, but I wanted to take a second and talk about the 7 pillars from a biblical standpoint, because I talk about the 7 pillars of health all the time, from diet to movement to sleep to stress management to hydration to sunlight exposure to filling the nutrient gaps. Those are our 7 pillars, but there is a biblical basis for those fundamental things, and it's when those 7 pillars align that we find health, success, prosperity, abundance, optimization. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. So bear with me for just a second so I can see my notes. Okay, so science isn't just about discovering new truths. What we're finding is that science is actually confirming our ancient design. And when you filter scripture through our 7 bedrock pillars, you will see something powerful. Faith is not just spiritual, it's physiological. Number 1, gratitude. Proverbs 17 says, "A grateful heart is good medicine." Research shows that gratitude reduces depression and inflammatory signaling. This falls under the pillar of stress management. Gratitude shifts the nervous system out of fight or flight and into parasympathetic regulation. This lowers our cortisol, it lowers our inflammation, and it increases our metabolic signaling. Number 2, peace over anger. A heart at peace gives life to body. Chronic hostility increases cardiovascular risk, says science. This falls under stress management and environment. Unresolved anger keeps the body in sympathetic dominance, elevates our cortisol, increases our blood sugar dysregulation, causes endothelial damage, and then eventually heart strain. Peace is not passive, it's cardioprotective. Number 3, worship and music. Sing and make music from your heart, says the Bible. Science says the music increases dopamine and lowers cortisol. And if you missed my post on 8D music yesterday, make sure you check that out. This falls under the bedrock pillar of movement and stress regulation. Worship combines breath control, vagal stimulation, rhythm, and emotional processing. Singing literally stimulates the vagus nerve. It improves oxygen to our lungs and it increases heart rate variability. We also have a great post in school on what heart rate variability is, what it means, what it does, and why it's so important. Worship is nervous system regulation. 4th one is fasting. This kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting. Science says fasting improves metabolic flexibility and activates autophagy. The bedrock pillar here is food and metabolic health. Fasting lowers insulin, improves mitochondrial efficiency, and activates cellular repair. Fasting is not punishment, it's metabolic recalibration. Also, in school, check out the Fasting 101 guide and the 72 to 84 hour guided fast. Number 5, renewing the mind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind, Romans 12:2. Science says that neuroplasticity proves that the brain does rewire itself. This falls under the bedrock pillars of stress and sleep. Thought patterns shape neural pathways. Repeated beliefs alter cortisol rhythm, sleep cycles, and even our immune response. Renewed thinking lowers amygdala reactivity, strengthens prefrontal regulation, and improves HRV. Transformation is neurological. What's the bigger picture? The 7 pillars were not random. I didn't just pull them out of thin air. They mirror biblical instruction: food, fasting, nourishment, supplements, micronutrient sufficiency and stewardship of our body, hydration, cellular integrity, sleep, circadian obedience, movement, embodied worship, stress management, peace and gratitude, sunlight or environment, creation exposure. Faith disciplines align with biological design. This is why what we do brings our clients back to gratitude, fasting rhythms, worship, renewed thinking, peace practices. What we see is your labs improve, your health improves, your stamina and energy improve, not because it's mystical, but because it's designed. Science is finally measuring what Scripture has always instructed. Healing happens when faith and physiology align. And lastly, before I close out today, I want to remind you that I announced yesterday that I have a new book coming out, and it is going to align faith, Scripture, and nutrition and overall wellness in one place, with 90 days of small incremental changes that lead to lasting change and transformation. I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait for you to read it. And I can't wait to hear from you about how these things affect your day-to-day life. You guys have a fantastic weekend. We're getting ready to head into spring break with the kids. And so I will probably be quiet for the next 7 or 10 days. Talk to you later.